Hey you guys, what's up? What's up? Another review. It's review time. Jazz hands. Okay. What's up you guys? A review, but it's not Good Girls. No. No, 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 no. It's not Good Girls. No. We are diving into the world of Animal Kingdom. Yes. You guys, look, when I tell you that I like Siesta Key, I like Siesta Key. I like Good Girls. I like Good Girls. But let me tell you something. This show, I love this show, you guys. This show is called Animal Kingdom. It premieres on Tuesdays on TNT. And it's usually like a summer show. So basically it would have came out last year in the summer. But due to COVID, they shut down production on all the major studios. So that got pushed back. But they did get renewed for season 5. So I can't wait till they start filming season 5 because let me tell you something. This show, when I tell you this show is such a good show, it really is. Like, the writing is good, the story is good, the acting is good. Like, this show is really, really great. Like I said, it comes on TNT on Tuesdays in the summer. It's a summer show, and that's when it comes on. It didn't come on last summer, but hopefully season 5 they start filming season 5, hopefully, because I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready for this dysfunctional family to come back on my TV screen. Okay, but I did review Animal Kingdom. I reviewed like the second half of season 4. I reviewed it, and let me just say, it's like one of, out of the videos that I reviewed, that is like the most popular one. And I was like shocked about it because I was watching it, yeah, when it was premiering, but it was like I didn't, like I said, start filming it until like later on throughout season 4. But to the people who watched, thank you. Like, people love the show as much as I did, but I did review it. But now, like I said, COVID, a lot of shows weren't premiering, so it's like, let me go back and review these shows that I like. And you know what? I was like, let me review Animal Kingdom because that's a show that I really like and that I will continue to review once season 5 hits. And it took me a minute. I thought it was on Stars, but it wasn't on Stars, but it's on Amazon Prime. So I'm doing a free trial for 30 days, and I'm pretty sure we'll bang this series out in like 30 days. Pretty sure we will. But yes, so for people who don't know about Animal Kingdom, okay, it's just like Good Girls and Siesta Key. I know the season. I've watched all of the seasons. All right. I know what's going to happen. All right. I watched it. I know what's going to happen. All right. I know the story. A lot of people don't. So it's like, I'm going to try my best not to like give out spoilers or anything like that. But let me give you guys like a synopsis of what the show is for people who don't know what Animal Kingdom is. Animal Kingdom is about this family called the Cody family. And the person in charge, the head honcho, the matriarch of the family is Smurf. Okay, she calls the shots. She is basically over everything of the Cody family. Then you have her kids and her nephew. You have Pope, Bass, Craig, and Darren. Those are her kids. And she had a daughter named Julia. Baz is her adopted son, and basically Pope is the oldest. Pope is weird. He is OCD. He is a sociopath. Um, he is the crazy one, and I love Pope. He is my favorite. He is my favorite. Okay, character development. Wow. Okay, throughout the series. So you have Pope. You have Baz. Baz is the second oldest. He is the leader. He's kind of like the more quote unquote mature one. He is responsible. He's like the leader. He is under Smurf basically. And then you have Craig. Craig is the wild one. He is the one that likes to drink, party, have fun, live life to the fullest. That is Craig. And then you have Darren. Darren is the youngest one. He is the baby. He is somewhat more mature, and he somewhat kind of has his head, on straight, and he's the more optimistic one. He's the one that's looking further ahead in life. That's what Darren is. And then you have her grandson, Jay. Jay comes into the picture. Jay is the son of Julia, who is Smurf's son, and twins of Pope. Okay, they're twins. But he is the son of Julia. And this family is so dysfunctional. This family is like this family is just something else. And they are a criminal family. They rob banks, they rob jewelry stores, they are criminal masterminds, and that is their job. And their job is to get paid and do bad things to get paid. And let me tell you something. It's just been a crazy ride if you've been watching it. My sister actually brought me onto the show. I remember I came in her room one day and she was like, "Have you heard of Animal Kingdom?" I'm like, "Nah, I haven't heard of it." And she was like, "Yeah, it's such a good show and just this and this and this." And I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna give it a shot." And I just fell in love with it. So, y'all, we are about to go on the ride of Animal Kingdom. Strap in your seat belts because it's gonna be a crazy, crazy ride. So let's get started. Okay, so this is season 1, episode 1. This is the pilot episode. Okay, y'all know what a pilot is. A pilot is basically a little teaser for what the series will be about. Okay, you got characters, you got the story, the plot. Okay, cool. But a pilot is basically just like a little teaser, and if the studio likes it, then they'll pick it up. It'll become a series. Okay, so that's what a pilot is. So here's the pilot for Animal Kingdom. You open a scene, and Jay is sitting on a couch, and there is a woman right next to him, passed out. Okay, you see the EMTs coming into the building, coming into the place, and Jay tells them that she overdosed on heroin. Okay, so any child who sees their parent, their sibling, friend, whoever, passed out, OD, they'll be freaking out, right? You'll be freaking out, panicking, like trying to figure out what to do. Like, you'll be all over the place. Jay wasn't like that. No, Jay just sat there and quiet and just was just dazed off. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, you've seen this before plenty of times because that's why. He's used to it. He's used to seeing this. But his mom OD'd on heroin. And so he's like doing his homework and washing dishes, and then he calls Smurf. His grandma calls her. He's like, hey, is this Smurf? He's like, yeah, who is this? He's like, this is Jay. Jay who? He's like, Joshua. She's like, oh, sweetie, how are you? It's been like a decade. He's like, yeah, mom died. She's like, really? He's like, yeah. All right, so pack up some things, all right? Just pack up a bag and I'll be there. So he packs up his stuff, and she was like, let me just hold on for a minute. So she goes in and she's looking through the stuff, and she sees everything. She sees the needle, the spoon, and she sees like a type of rope, and everything like that. And then she was looking through the drawer and digging through all her stuff, and she finds the shirt. She looks at it and she puts it in a purse. I'm like, why are you gonna steal this girl's clothes? Like, why, Smurf, why? And Jay is outside, and this dude, he's like, yo, where's your mom? She hasn't paid me in the money, I need $90. And he's threatening Jay. And Smurf comes down and she's like, let's go. So Smurf takes Jay back to back to her place. And there's motorbikes, there's jet skis, there's like all these types of like extreme stuff, all this fun stuff. And go inside, food is burning, and then she sees the rest of the guys. Sees Craig, Darren, and Baz. And they're in the pool, they're having fun, whatever. She goes outside and they're like shocked, man. Like, they're like, man, we haven't seen you since you were like 5 or something. It's like, it's kind of awkward in a way. It's like, this isn't, this is just out of the blue for them. And so Smurf was like, yeah, how about you just go to Pope's room? He goes to Pope's room and he's like unpacking and stuff. He's just trying to figure out what's going on. And they bring him a TV from the shed, and they're like, here, you need some new clothes, you need some new shoes. Giving him a couple $100 here and there, okay? So they're out in the garage. And they're freaking out. They're like, what is going on? What are you thinking, Smurf? Like, why are you bringing this kid into our home? We haven't seen him in years. We don't know what Julia has said to him. It's like, we don't know this kid. And they're freaking out. And Smurf was like, you know what? He doesn't know anything, and that's good. But here's the thing: let's just feel him out, see if he does anything. And if he would have snitched, he would have snitched a long time ago. He would have said something, and y'all would have been in jail. But he didn't say anything, okay? And she tells Baz, she, tells him, "What are you gonna do? Okay, what are you gonna do? It's up to Baz to make the decision. If Jay is clear or anything like that." Um, and then we see Jay. He's doing his homework. And then he keeps getting messages from the dude Tommy, who was the guy that, threatened him about his mom in the beginning of the episode. And so the next morning he wakes up and Baz and Darren, they're going over the plans. All right, so here's, you got security cameras here. Security's not here at this time. The doors, going over details. And they hide it. And Craig, he's waking up. He's pissed because loud noises. Trust me, I know. I don't like loud noises either. When I'm sleeping good. I don't like to hear any loud things that will wake me. So I completely understand. Okay. Where was I? Okay. So Baz then goes to check on, Catherine. He's like, all right, I'm going to check up on Catherine and Lena. That's his family that he has. Okay. And then Jay was going to school, but gave him a free pass because his mom died. Okay. So Craig, Darren, and Jay, they're at the beach and they're surfing. And this group, they are talking crap about Darren, Craig, and Jay. And so Jay, while they're surfing, cuts one of the dudes off. And so after they get done surfing, the guys, they're trying to put their boards on the truck, but their straps aren't working. So Craig must have messed up with their straps. And so the dude tried to run up on Craig and Jay, thanks to Craig, pulls out a gun on the dudes. And I'm like, that was kind of extreme. You could have got the bottle and cracked it and thrown them like that, but you ain't had to pull out a gun like that. It wasn't that deep. But it's the Cody family. They take everything seriously. And so they're having a pool party at the house. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's drinking and whatnot. Everybody's jumping off the roof into the pool. And they're pressuring Jay to jump into the pool. Jay! They're pressuring him. He's like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And then Greg tackles him into the pool. I'm like, dang, Greg, you ain't had to do all that, man. But, after that, Jay goes into his room. And, he's looking around. Oh, dang, got these shoes, got these clothes. All right, he opens up his closet, put on his shirt. Okay, I like this shirt. Close the door. Bam! Pope is standing right in front of him. I'm like, Pope, you are just so weird. But I like Pope, man. Pope is my favorite character. Through okay, they all have their pros and cons, but let me tell you something. Overall, I like Pope. Pope is my favorite, okay? And then everybody else varies. One minute it's Darren, the next minute it's Greg, but Bass, he was always I really didn't care about Bass that much, but he wasn't my favorite, but I didn't like him. He was just in the middle. But Pope is my favorite character. But yeah, Pope is just standing there. He's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Jay. He's like, I'm Julia's kid. It's like, really? Julia's here? And come to find out, Pope just got released from jail. And not everybody is thrilled about that. Not everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're out. Yeah. Whoa. They're not happy about it. They're on the fence about it. You got out. They're not happy about it. And come to find out, he did 6 years for armed robbery. So he got jail time because of the jobs that they were doing. And everybody's kind of walking around eggshells around him. No, they're not used to Pope right now. They feel like everything was good when he wasn't here, but now that he's back, it's ugh. ugh, you just ruined it, Pope. um, so Pope Jay tells him, yeah, I'm gonna go to my girlfriend's house. I'm go there. You know, I'm gonna leave. I'm just go to my girlfriend's house. So they tell Pope that there's a job coming up, but Pope cannot be a part of it because one, you just got out of jail. You know, you just got out of jail. You just want to just get right back in there, dude. Can you just enjoy being free? You just did 6 years and you want to go back on doing another job. Okay, Pope. And so they're telling him that, you know, you just can't be a part of it right now. He was like, okay, fine, I'll go back to my place. And they're like, sorry, we sold your place. So you're stuck here, okay? But it's like, they don't want him to live there because of what they do. What if parole comes to the house and like they see something? It's like, that's automatically they're gonna go to jail. All of them are gonna go to jail. So it's like, you need to figure something out, Pope, okay? Um, where was I? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so Jay is at Nikki's house, his girlfriend, and she is a wild one. She is basically like Craig. Sex, drugs, party. That is who she is. She is the young version of Craig. And, you know, she notices that something is off about him. And he tells her that his mom died and that he's staying at his grandma's house. Um, Baz, Craig, and Darren, they are ow. Ow, that hurt it. Ah. Ow, that hurt it. Uh-huh. Ah. Ow, that hurt it. I have like my... No, because I need... I'm using my leg as a prop. And it's like, it's hurting my heel. Ow. Where was I at? Okay, so Darren, Craig, and Bass, they are about to do their job. So they're getting everything ready. And they have a car and they aren't really thrilled. Like I said, they're not thrilled that Pope is back, you know, because that can mean a whole bunch of things. Like, what if he said something? But if he would have said something, y'all would have been in jail. So of course he's loyal. He's not going to say anything. But they're like kind of, like I said, on the fence about him being there. And so they see these, you know, drug addicts, these tweakers, and they tie them up and they throw drugs at them and they lock them in a car and in a storage unit and say, enjoy doing whatever. That means throwing up and using the bathroom on themselves. Gosh, good people, huh? So it's the day of the funeral. And look here, if y'all weren't going to say anything about this girl, y'all should have just cremated her and put her ashes somewhere. But they're at the funeral and it's quiet. It's quiet. Then all of a sudden, a neighbor speaks up and says, you know what, Jay? Your mom loved you and she wouldn't want you around these people. These people are not good for you. And Jay is like, it's okay. It's okay. She's my neighbor. Everything's okay. I'm fine. So Julia must have done everything in her power to not have Jay around her family, because you haven't spoken to your family in 10 years. That must mean that there is some type of confliction in this family that has yet to be resolved, okay? And so, you know, they buried her, and Baz tells Pope that, you know, Smurf doesn't want him around the job. And basically, Pope guilt tripped Baz into saying, look, I took one for the team. If you wouldn't have failed and I wouldn't have stopped the police and you would have escaped, you would have been in jail. But, you know, Pope took one for the team. Basically, that's what happened. He took one for the team and he ended up doing the time and not Baz, because Baz was supposed to be the one that was supposed to go to jail. But Pope stepped in and saved Baz. So it's like he's kind of guilt tripping him into giving him information about the job. And Baz was like, okay, I'm going to tell you a little something. Get a car. Get a car, big and fast. Get a car. And that's it. Just a car. So at dinner, Baz tells Jay, look here, just tread lightly with Pope, okay? Just tread lightly with him and he'll one day soften up, okay? Later at the house, Craig is snorting coke just right in the middle of everyone, and Darren's smoking. It's like, and Smurfs. Smurf is massaging, you know, Craig, and I'm like, this is just so weird. And then, like, in the beginning, she kissed Jay's neck for like a long time, and then she, when Craig woke up, she gave him a kiss on the lips, and that was like a really, really long time. And I'm like, I'm like, okay, there has been some type, there's some type of incest going on within this family, and it shows so much later on into the seasons. And I really hope that the writers and the director talks about this and goes into it in season 5, because it really showed in season 4 that some type of incest has happened in that family between Pope, Julia, and Baz. Some type of incest has happened between those three. And so you kind of could feel that, like, something is very weird about this family and the way like Smurf interacts with the kids. Something is very weird, and some type of incest has happened in that family. Okay, so um, Craig asked Nikki, "Yo, do you wanna, do you wanna, you wanna hit?" Nikki looked like she wanted to. She was like so happy about it, but she's like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. No, thank you. No, thank you." Um, so you see Baz going into the liquor store, and a detective shows up. He's like, "Detective so and so," and I'm like, "How you know this detective's name? Like, what's going on with you, Baz? Like, what's going on, homie? What's going on?" So Pope, he's watching Nikki. Both Nikki and Jay are sleeping. He is like dead set watching Nikki, like he's just looking at her. And he carries her into Jay's bed. And Jay is behind him, and Pope was like, "She is so beautiful." I'm like, fucking weirdo. Weirdo. Okay. So the next day, Jay is showering, and Pope pops up and he was like, "I need you to help me get a car." You couldn't wait till the dude got a shower? No. Pope was like, "I need him to help me get a car right now, ASAP." So they, Pope is looking out the window, and he's looking at this car. And this dude is walking out of the club, and the guy beats up someone who was getting into his car. Pope gets out of the car, gets a flashlight, and it's the guy beating up Jay. And Pope just like hits dude with the bat repeatedly, like bam, bam, bam. He tells him, "You've never seen us." He gets the wallet, and he was like, "I know where you live." And he tells Jay to leave and gives him the keys. Jay leaves. Baz, Craig, and Darren, they are going back to where um, the car is going back to where the car is at with the drug addicts. They take them out and they drop them off somewhere, and that car is filled with throw up and urine. Okay, and so they go back to the house. Go back to the house. Jay and Pope come back. Smurf was like, "What happened to Jay?" Pope lies, and Smurf says something, and he grabs her by the wrist, and I'm trying to figure out that word. It's not degrading her. He's like, he's messing with her. He's antagonizing her, and he's messing with her, and he's talking to her in a very like, ugh, dominating way, and it's like, it's, you can tell like it's very inappropriate. And Jay was like, "Yo, cut it out." He steps in, and Pope puts him in a headlock. Okay. Um, Jay leaves, and he goes back to the apartment complex, and he's looking through photos. He's looking through everything. He sees a photo of Julia, him, and this guy. He flips it over, and it says Gary. It's like, okay, so Gary must be the daddy, huh? All right, let me call Dad right quick. "Hello, Daddy. Hello. Who are you? Where are you?" So at the job. Okay, Bass and Craig, they're getting ready, putting on gloves, putting on masks, and helmets. They ready. They ready. So they crash into this watch store, and they just start smashing the cases and start getting the watches. And up, time's up, we gotta go. They run up the stairs, right? And Darren's driving. He pulls up, skirt skirt, right here. Get down the ladder. They get into the car. They're trying to leave. There is two security guards right there. They're like, Darren, what did you do? Darren's like, skirt. He's like, back on up. They're driving, just driving, trying to get away. One of the cops gets to the car, and they're driving. Bam! He hits the trash can really hard. And then the other cop, he's shooting at the back of the car. Bam, 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 bam. Hits the car, hits the back of the window, hits the trunk window. And then Craig, he is bleeding. Blood, he got shot. He is bleeding, okay? And so Jay, he's at the apartment complex, and he's calling a number. He's like, hello, is this Gary? He's like, no. The guy was like, no, this isn't Gary. He's like, well, my dad lived there. I don't know, about like a decade ago. The guy was like, does your dad have a last name? Jay was like, no. And the guy hangs up. I'm like, rude. So Jay leaves the apartment complex. He's about to leave. And the same dude that was antagonizing him earlier about his mom, Tommy, he was like, yo, where's your mom? Okay. He pulls a gun on Jay. Jay flips. He gets the gun, points it at Tommy, and he was like, my mom is dead because of what you gave her. And the dude was like, okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. All right. Jay takes the gun and he rides off. Back at the house, Craig, wait. No, he goes to the pier. Okay, he goes to the pier and he throws the phone into the ocean. He comes back and he's hearing like a muffled scream. He's like, ah, ah. He goes down and he sees Craig and Pope fixing the gun wound. And then Darren is crying on Smurf's lap. He's crying. And then Jay goes into his room and Pope gives him a watch and he says, give it to your girlfriend. Girls like shiny things. And it's the watch that they stole. And it's one of the watches that they stole from. So y'all, that was episode 1 of Animal Kingdom. Like I said, y'all, this family is dysfunctional, but let me tell you something, I love this family. Okay, so y'all strap in, because it's gonna be a long ride with the Cody family with Animal Kingdom. So I will see you guys for the next review. All right, peace, love you.